Good morning. It's hard to believe we've already turned the calendar to May 1st, but here we are, and this is your morning Buzzcast for Thursday, May 1st. Josh Carpenter here filling in for Abe Madcore. Well, when I was asked to host Buzzcast today, I had to talk about golf, and so we'll start right there. We're just a little over 2 weeks removed from Rory McIlroy winning the green jacket in what will go down as one of the most exciting major championships, certainly of my lifetime, and yet we're gearing up for another one in just 2 weeks' time. That's right, the PGA Championship at Quail Hollow Club tees off just 2 weeks from today, about 15 minutes from SBJ's headquarters. I know the PGA being in May, this is its 6th year in the new time slot, still feels a little strange to many in the industry, but it's certainly been paying off for the event on a number of fronts. The tournament has had really strong commercial success with its partners, and it also allowed its TV partners and ESPN and CBS to build momentum, as both of those networks have each of the year's first 2 majors. I don't expect that momentum for the tournament to slow down at all this year after getting a look for about 2 hours at the golf course yesterday with Jason Soucy, the championship director for the event. There are stark changes from the annual PGA Tour event that comes to Charlotte, and with deadlines coming up, the golf course was buzzing yesterday with workers completing the build-out. Hospitality venues for brands like Chase Sapphire, T-Mobile, Tito's, and more were already well built out throughout the grounds. Soucy said there are still a few tickets available for Thursday and Sunday, and overall he expects about 200,000 fans on the grounds for the week. If you'll be in Charlotte during PGA Week, please stop by our SBJ office or let me know if you'll be out at Quail Hollow. We'd love to see you. Now let's stick with golf, but move over to LIV Golf, as it sure seems like their new CEO Scott O'Neill is getting the band back together from his days in U.S. team sports. It was announced on Wednesday that Chris Heck, who's been the president of business operations for Premier League club Aston Villa for the last 2 years, is leaving his position, and it's been reported that he's taking on the same role at LIV Golf. As I mentioned, Heck and O'Neill have a lot of ties going back through the years. They both were at Villanova over the same period in the late 1980s. They both worked at the NBA League office in the 2000s, and they both had high-ranking roles in the 76ers front office for nearly a decade. Heck's hiring would not be the first to have LIV ties to O'Neill. Katie O'Reilly, who heads up team business operations for LIV, also has worked with O'Neill in the past, as has Laura Toscani-Weems, who LIV just hired last month for a senior role on the communications side. The priority for Heck at LIV will be to help the league deliver commercially. LIV has signed a handful of deals at the league level, and its teams have started to sign more and more agreements, most recently with Ping and Callaway Golf. But the league still has yet to break through with a major domestic sponsorship, so that's something we'll be keeping an eye on in the coming months. Let's turn the page to college football and something the entire SBJ newsroom has been buzzing about this week, and that's the situation involving North Carolina head coach Bill Belichick. The latest chapter in this story is that Belichick spoke out yesterday afternoon defending his girlfriend Jordan Hudson and criticizing CBS for how it handled its now viral interview from over the weekend. Belichick, in a statement, wrote that he had agreed with CBS that the interview would solely focus on his new book, The Art of Winning, but that CBS did not honor that request. However, CBS responded with a statement of its own yesterday, saying there were no preconditions or limitations to the interview. It's another strange twist in this story that at this point doesn't appear to be losing any steam. If you're Belichick, you have to be counting down the days, 123 to be exact, until UNC's home opener against TCU on September 1st. We'll finish out the Buzzcast on a somber note, as it was really sad yesterday to read about the passing of NFL agent Jeff Sperbeck, the longtime friend and business partner of John Elway. Sperbeck died Wednesday after an incident in which he actually fell off of a golf cart that Elway was driving, and the reaction from the sports world really was a true testament to how many people Sperbeck impacted over the years. He was an agent to more than 100 players, including Elway, Trent Dilfer, Ronnie Lott, Joey Porter, and others. There were many tributes to Sperbeck last night, and he was described as someone who stayed in touch with his clients long after their playing days ended. So our thoughts are really with the family of Jeff Sperbeck and the people that he knew best. An SBJ programming note before I wrap up. This week on SBJ's Sports Media Podcast, Molly Cahalane is joined by SBJ basketball reporter Tom Friend to discuss TNT's last NBA playoff run and the start of the WNBA season. Also, Austin Karp catches up with Sports-ish founder Lily Shimbashi. Finally, we put a bow on the 2025 NFL Draft and Pac-12 media rights. Like and subscribe to the SBJ Sports Media Podcast, available now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Hope you all have a great Thursday. For Sports Business Journal, I'm Josh Carpenter.